Well, we got it cleaned, blown out 4 or 5 times. I was actually using a leaf blower. That works a lot better. It just moves so much more air than an air hose. I went ahead and washed, just kind of rinsed this thing off, even though there's still some dirt and stuff on it, but we got most of it off. Like, it just kind of knocks a lot of the overspray off. I'm gonna wipe it down just because I think that water is kind of a hard water. So I don't think it's so bad. I got the fan blowing on it, so I think it dries pretty quick. I think the plan is to get maybe hang the doors, but I think that we need to double check the door hinges or the door handles. I remember somebody having an issue with like this hole. I'd rather try to fix it while it's primer than after it was painted, in case then I don't have to repaint in case we really mess up. So I'll go ahead and get these hung up and kind of just out of the way. We're painting the screen solid color. Everything's in the same can. We're using the same reducer. Be really close, same temperature, same paint gun. Everything, as long as I mix it up really, really good before I mix the paint up in the can really good before I, pour out my cup and start adding reducer. We should be fine to paint it in individual pieces. So that's kind of the plan. Is I think I'm going to spin the Bronco around, kind of put it towards the front, and then set the fenders here. So basically everything just kind of goes right out and into the exhaust filters. And then I might, kind of debating on, last couple times I've get some air that kind of comes through up there and some air that kind of comes in down here. And I usually take a garden hose and hose all that out front. And that seems to be pretty good. I kind of actually choke that fan back a little bit, which helps try to keep the air that's coming in up high and then down low, and it actually kind of keeps it out of the middle of the room. And I kind of think that almost helps keep some of the dirt out. Basically, I'm choking it back just enough to get the air to move out, but not so much that it's like creating a vacuum and trying to like suck too much stuff that's outside. I mean, and there's an exhaust fan, so obviously it's pulling quite a bit. Pulls that side down a little better. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. I'm going to kind of look this thing over, blow it out one good, wipe it all down, and then probably just start taping it. And then since cleaning this actually took a little bit less time than I thought it was going to, and I'm definitely going to put like a piece of plastic over all that stuff. But I think out here it'll be fine. So I don't know. That's what the plan is, and then well, hopefully that we'll get it taped up today and maybe come in and paint it in the morning. Anyway, well, I'm gonna get to trucking on this thing.
There ain't no problem big enough that I can't make it worse. Ain't no whiskey of any proof that I cannot outburn. You can say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been curved.
All right, back here on a Saturday, playing with the 74 Bronco. Got the thing all taped up real nice. Got this whole side all covered in plastic. I hosed the entire shop down. Everything's pretty wet. Kind of pushed everything, all the dirt and stuff. I got the fan running for a minute just to help suck any kind of dust hopefully out. And then the next step would be to go ahead and get this thing, I'm gonna do kind of look it over, wax and grease it, and then we'll tack it down real good. And then hopefully we'll mix up some our sealer, our primer sealer, and that we tinted really close to that color green, and we're gonna throw a coat on here. I kind of decided just to do the body, so for one reason, so I could keep amount of like overspray and everything down to a minimum. Do kind of a small part, and then the other thing is if something happens to just the body, like it's just too dirty or something, at least I'm only repainting that and not like that, the fenders and the doors. I think we'll be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. Double check all my tape and mix up some sealer and hopefully get a coat of primer sealer on this in the next few minutes.
Say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been cursed. I've been there first. I showed up when it was a peaceful little town.
All right, so that's the first coat of sealer. Well, it's kind of like two coats. I put one on, I came back and dusted the second one on there. So basically, I don't know what the male is, but that's one. The two light coats are one good coat. Looking at it, I don't see any of my 320 scratches. coming through? Maybe, no? That's just the way the light's hitting it. So that looks pretty good, I think. I'm gonna give that about, 20 to 30 minutes flash time. Let that dry nice and hard on there, and then we'll mix up some base, and then we'll put maybe like 3 coats of base on this, I think. So that's kind of why we're tinting it to this color, because from this color to the green that we painted in the engine compartment, the Boxwood Green, we're only going from green, we're changing the shade from green to green rather than black to black and gray to green. So, and the 320 gives me that, or the 320, the sealer covers 320 and 400, and also it gives me a second chance to look at everything. It kind of buries any scratches, and it helps seal the filler and the primer in between the epoxy. You know, we're taking a bare metal epoxy, we're sealing that in. Then we're doing our body work and our primer work over the epoxy, and then we're using this to seal the filler and the primer into a sandwich. Basically, we're encapsulating those two, and now base this, and then we're putting clear over that, which will seal the base to the sealer. So it's like a lot of steps to painting, but it's the best way to kind of separate each individual layer or step and kind of seal it up, so hopefully we won't get anything goofy down the road. So I'm gonna give that about 20 minutes. I'm hot, I'm in this monkey suit, so I'm gonna peel down and give that a few minutes to kick, and then we'll mix up some of our Boxwood Green.
Place anywhere out there that's been cursed, I've been there first.
Come over here, and I got this little, I think it's Harbor Freight. It's a 95 plus sunlight, so 95 CRI is supposed to be the closest you can get to like a sun, I think, how that works. Anyway, all I do is come over here, and I'm looking for either big chunks of stuff, or even big chunks of stuff, or even light, but more or less just light spots. So I kind of look this thing over. I don't know if you'd even notice it in the camera, but I put that vice grip there because it's been epoxied, and then our seal, windshield seal is going to ride there, and then when I roll it forward, it sits on this 2x4, and it doesn't allow the frame to hit any in there and down inside onto the, doesn't allow the frame to fall into the paper. I'll roll that forward and then hit it with 1 coat of clear, and then we'll probably be good on that. And then, but like all in all, I'm just kind of looking to see if I see any goofy light spots or anything too funky, since it's pretty dark in here. I have one of those lights you put on your gun, but it just doesn't, it's nowhere near this bright, so I don't really use it. But so far, I only see one little spot in the driver's door jamb that I have a little tiny bit of base in my gun left. So what I'll do is I kind of actually hit it with my finger, and it was just a little chunk of something. So I'll just dust that, and then I'll give this about 20 minutes or so, then we'll mix up some of our Glazer at 109, and hopefully it stays as clean through the clear as it has the base and the sealer. Alright, so I had to check my TDS sheet, which is 2-to-1, which I was like 95% sure, but if you're unsure, just check. All that information's on the internet, but I'm showing you that the 109, pretty crazy. Like, you just mix up the clear and then you add the catalyst, and it's super yellow, and then it like clears up as you mix it. I guess that's how you know it's mixed. It really clears up, but it kind of takes the fogginess away. So I kind of give this little introduction period. It's about 75-80 in the shop, so, and we're using 85 reducer. So it's a 2-to-1. I usually splash a little reducer, maybe like 10%, just to kind of thin it out just a hair, because I'm spraying through a 1.3 gun, and I like to do a little bit light coats. So I'll spray this on kind of a medium to light coat to give that kind of a tack coat, and then give that about 25 minutes or so to kick off, and then I'll come back and hit a second one, and then probably a third coat. So basically it'll be like 2 wet coats and then 1 medium to wet coat, I guess. Anyway, I'll let that sit for a little while, kind of introduce it, let the base on the car flash off for another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll get to spraying a coat of our Glazer on there.
First, I've been there first.
Alright, I'm sweating. I've been wearing that suit all day, and it's probably about 90 outside. Anyway, we got that thing sealed, based, 3 coats of Glasgow 109. Came out actually way cleaner than I thought. A couple little dubs down here, dirt nubbers, which is kind of expected. I mean, we're spraying the stuff up high, and then we've got like the stuff that's kind of sticking to the plastic, so that's not surprising, but it's actually really clean. I'm kind of surprised. Windshield, it's a little orange peelier than I would like because, to be honest with you, I don't real good with the 109, and I'm using that like cheap Spectrum Harbor Freight gun, which actually sprays really nice considering what it is. Little dust nubber there and there. I don't know if my camera even picked that up or not, but all in all, I'm actually pretty impressed on how clean it is considering what we're painting. I mean, this is nowhere ideal. Although we did spend most of the day yesterday cleaning. We washed the rig down, wiped it down, wax taped it pretty tight, hosed everything down, hosed everything out front down to try to keep all the dust down that we can. So actually worked pretty good. I'm pretty surprised actually. I've had paint jobs out of paint booths not even come this clean. So biggest thing I think is I've got a little bit of a wind picking up, but it's probably pulling from our exhaust. So I crack that door and we get the exhaust out. I just leave this cracked. I go out there and water the front of that down, and it's kind of nice because it pulls the air, even though it's kind of dirty out there, it pulls it down low, and hopefully it kind of sucks everything out and almost turns it into kind of a downdraft, sort of, kind of. So anyway, you can tell I got all the overspray out of here. Now I'm gonna let the fan run, just kind of let some air flow across here for the next half hour or so before I shut it off, so it gives it a good chance to gas out. And we're gonna call it done for the day on the Bronco. Tomorrow's Sunday, and then Labor Day. I might come in on Labor Day. The fenders are ready to go. I just need to tape them. We need to hang the doors. I'll hang the doors from here. Seam seal the inside of that, but the seam seal I use is paintable right away, so that's won't be a big deal. Time like seam seal them and get them hung up will be good. And maybe Monday I'll come in and spray because we won't have any traffic, and nobody out there really creating any more dust than we need to, and it's a holiday. So anyway, I will see. I'm gonna call the video done here. If you like this type of stuff, give me a like, a subscribe, comment below with any questions, comments, or complaints. And remember, get out there and create something today, even if it sucks. Peace.